Okay, I think we're live. So today I'm going to be attempting this newsletter sign up form with success message from Front End Mentor. I'm really liking these little challenges, and this is I'm very used to doing back end stuff, so doing front end is really good practice for me. The only things I've done to kind of get prepared here, we're getting the Express server set up. I have not installed EJS yet, I don't believe. No, it's not installed yet. I just use the npx command to install an Express server. And we're basically just going to build this from scratch. So the end goal of what we're trying to do here is going to look like this, which is a pretty simple form, but it's, again, I'm still getting my feet wet with CSS and stuff, so I'll be using Tailwind CSS. So, I mean, I guess we'll just kind of jump into it. So the first thing that I will do is open a new tab and go newsletter, and let's npm install EJS. And then we will also go to the Tailwind CSS page. And for now, we'll just use the CDN. But I think pretty quickly we'll probably end up having to use the installed version. So yeah, so we'll go into views and index. And actually what I want is, if we're going to be using EJS, we're going to change that to EJS. And so let's just remove those. And we'll copy this index, put it in views, rename that EJS, and we'll get the CDN again, and dump that into the head. And let's just see if we have a working page here first. Beautiful. Okay, so completely unstyled, that's good. So we will close that and that. And then we will go like that. And on this side, we will put the index file. And then we will close that because we don't need it anymore. And so first thing we're doing, the first way I like to work is basically just splitting it up into big chunks. So we have kind of like the image chunk, and then kind of the header. This will be a section. The email address will be a section, or the whole form, I guess, can be a section with some divs inside of it. So let's just start building a kind of a rough pace. So we'll call this the header image, and this will be a div. We'll have the title. This will be a div. This will be the sales pitch. That'll be a div. And then we'll actually have two divs. So we have the text. And then the bullet points. And then we have the form. All right, and inside the form we'll have email. And the button. All right, and so now we have kind of a nice little basic sketch of the different sections, and we can work on them in whatever order we kind of want. So I'm going to leave the graphic stuff until the end. But in the meantime, we can just get started adding some text here. So they provide all the text that we need. So we can basically just paste it in. So stay updated, join the 6,000 product managers, blah, blah, blah. Username bullet points. Email address and company. And again, we're just kind of putting these in the general area that they're supposed to be. We're definitely going to be doing more styling and not just leaving them in the div as is. So, there is going to be some action. We'll see if we actually get to that. I'm definitely not super good with that stuff, so we'll see how that goes with state and that kind of stuff. So let's just move that onto there. So this is going to be our H1. And so for the style, we're going to go class, text, start 2XL and just see how it looks. Font bold. And they do actually provide you a style guide so that we can actually see what they recommend as far as colors go. I'm not going to be working too hard on trying to find the exact color match. I don't think that's really useful for this project. If this was like an actual customer project, obviously we'd do more to match it perfectly. Okay, so the font family is Roboto. We can pull that in through Google Fonts. The only thing that we really care about are the tomato, which I assume are the check marks, and then the dark slate gray or the charcoal gray. So I'm guessing it's probably the charcoal gray or the dark slate gray. We'll play around and see what it is. Can hide this, and we can close this for now. So let's just go text slate. Let's try 700 and just see how it looks. We can flip back here, refresh, and that's not bad, but let's make the text a little bigger. Okay. And so we can also wrap this in our this is kind of our main content body, and move everything inside of there so that we can add some kind of padding to the whole thing. So we're going to go class, let's say P4. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, maybe P6. Yeah, that looks better. Okay, and then after that, we got some space. And so we will go under this div, class MT. It's probably going to be 6 again. And so this is just going to be class. And you know what? I think all of the text for now we'll just assume is going to be this text slate 700. So we're just going to put this on the entire content body, and then we'll change that for the button here. But we'll just default it to text slate 700. Which is fine, and we want margin bottom 6, not top 6. Okay, and then join 60,000 product managers. So this is going to be text LG. Maybe we'll just leave that as medium for now, actually. Okay, so we're going to make this an unordered list. List item. Now, I believe that there isn't a way to set your own icon for the list item itself. So what we might actually have to do is split these LIs into 2 divs. One with just this image that they do provide, I believe. If we go into the icon list is going to be this. So, pardon me. So we'll close that again, and what we'll do is we'll actually go new line. We're going to add a div here with two divs. Put it in the second one. These are all going to be class. Actually, I guess we don't really care about that right now. This is going to be our image. Where does it put it? So we can put this in the public images folder. Icon list.svg, I believe. Icon dash list. Okay, so let's see if that even worked. It did. Okay, perfect. Okay, so now close that. And we want these flex. Okay, and so we want these look a little better. So margin right, let's say 2. Probably gonna be 4, I bet. Actually, let's put padding 4 on those. Let's see. Oh wow, way too much. P2. And then item center. Okay, so we got those. Product discovery, yeah, that looks okay. Probably want margin top on the entire div here. Margin top 2. Bring that down a little bit, maybe even a little more. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Got those. Those are actually not quite aligned, so we want to align those. I don't know if you can see this, how the circle basically aligns with the J on the div. So what we're going to do is we are going to set some negative margin on this div. Negative ML1. Let's see if that aligns it. Actually, I'll zoom this in just so we can really see. But if we look, no, there's still a decent amount of space. So let's try ML2 on that. That looks better. Yeah, that's awesome. All right, so we are good on there. And so now what do we got? We got the email address and subscribe. Okay, so that's going to be down here. So this is going to be it's going to be this. I'm going to have a div for the form. All right, so let's style this first. So we're going to go text XS. And that actually might be all we need. Font semi-bold. And definitely some margin top. Might be 6, but we'll see. Yeah, it's going to be 6. Perfecto. Okay, and then the form. This is going to be fun, and this is where we actually are going to want to use the installed version of the Tailwind so that we can install the Forms plugin. So we're going to go like this. Tailwind CSS. Get started. All right, so we want these two. We want the Tailwind Forms plugin. Excellent. Close out of that. Oh, no, we're going to need the line for the plugin in the Tailwind config. So Tailwind config in the plugins, that's installed. Then we're going to add our content. This is going to be star everything, also EJS files. Cool. So now if we do npm run dev, oh, right, we need to add these to our Tailwind CSS and npx run. Okay, so style sheets. Thank you, guys. So npx that, but we want it from public style sheets style.css. Public style sheets style.css, and we want to output to public style sheets output.css, and we want to watch it so that any changes we make will show up. There it is. So we can close that file, and we want to include the now it's been a while since I've had to do this, so I'm just going to go back to here, copy that because it's easier. It's going to be style sheets / output. And with any luck, we will not have broken things too badly. Okay, still got everything showing up, colors are right, so now we can work on the form, because forms look nice. So now, scroll down to the form, and we can start styling the email address button, or the email address text input. So input, type equals text, name equals email. I'm realizing this should probably, pardon me, be a label, not a div. Appreciate you guys in the chat. It's awesome. For email. And so email placeholder equals email at company.com. And class equals, so placeholder text gray, I'm going to say 400, text gray 800. Let's see how that looks. Not horrible, but not great. So we want to round off those corners. We want border gray 500. See how that looks. Not great. Border 400. $300. We will get this eventually. Am I just not typing that? It's probably gray. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we want some more spacing between here, so we're going to go class margin top 1. Okay, what else we got? We got text is definitely in the margin left, so placeholder, margin left 4. No, okay, so there is a way to do this. So I believe it's going to be, I think it's left. Oh, I don't think this is going to work, but we'll try it. No. Trying to figure out this space here, and I don't think PL will do that in here. Oh, it does. Okay. PL 8. It's a little much. Let's go PL 6. Right, and we want width full on this. It spans the entire width. And then, so what do they say in the style guide? How did they design for mobile? So 375. So if we go like this, back to 100% and 375. No, it's not going to let us do that. It should be responsive. There we go. 375 is how big. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to have to fix some stuff with the buttons here, or the check marks, but that's okay. Let's see how the rest of this looks. Okay, so we got the email address. Last thing we need is the subscribe to monthly newsletter button. All right, so we'll make this a button. Put that in there. We're going to say class is going to be BG Slate. What do we say? What's the text? 700. BG Slate 700. Text white. Font semi-bold. Let's see how awful that looks. Definitely awful. Definitely going to want some padding. Want width full. And we want rounded LG to match the input. Now, it looks like let's add PY4 on there. So they're the same height. Then we're going to add some margin top. T2. Is that enough? No. MT3, let's say. Nope, 4. All right. Okay. So in looking at this now, the colors are definitely different. The source image definitely has more of a kind of a purple tinge to it. But on the whole, I'm generally happy with that. So now let's fix the check boxes here, because right now the check boxes are sitting kind of in the middle of the text rather than at the top. So instead of item center, we're going to do items top, I believe is actually a thing, and it is. Although I think we're going to need some more padding on the right. So we have padding 2, and then we can go MR3. Should push things over. That looks way better. Maybe MR2. All right. So join 60,000 product managers receiving monthly updates on blah blah blah. Now they say we're using the font of Roboto, so let's go pull that in from Google Fonts. Top one, even better. So we are going to pull in the regular 400, and we don't need these other ones. This is for another project, so we can just copy this. header. Beautiful. And then in our Tailwind config, we're going to extend it by adding the font family property, which is an object, and we're going to say, let's call this main. Sure. It's going to be Roboto Sans, I believe it's called, the actual name. Just called Roboto. Okay. So now if we go font main, we're going to hope that it's actually using the correct font now. It is. Beautiful. Okay. So now the last thing we're going to do is take a look at this image because we want it to cover edge to edge. So this is probably going to have to be background URL. However, I'm just thinking out loud here. If we try and do an image with object cover, I wonder if that'll work. Probably not, but we'll give it a shot. So where is the illustration setup? Sign up mobile. Okay. I'm going to assume this is the right one because we don't care about the success right now. It's got to be that one. Let's see. Mobile sign up just for less text. So we're going to say images mobile.signup SVG. It's going to look horrible to begin with, but that's okay. That actually looks perfect. That's kind of exactly what we were going for. Okay, so this is actually, we want this to be extra bold. It's not changing. Why is that not changing? Let's add medium, bold, and black. One of them will be right. Go back here and replace this stuff with the weights. Now, if we refresh this, there we go. Okay, so definitely not extra bold. Going to be bold. Perfect. So what do we see? Stay updated, receiving monthly updates on, blah, 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 and much more. That all looks great. And, I mean, it looks, I don't want to say pixel perfect, but pretty damn close. So if we say MB2 just to push it down just a little more, I think we got it. So now the fun part begins, because now we got to take this from a mobile design to something that isn't mobile. And so this is where Tailwind's media query screen sizes really come in handy. It's really awesome. So what does the non-mobile design look like? So desktop design. Oh, okay. So we are going to move that to the right, put that there, close this screen. All right. So I believe actually if we look here, so the desktop sign up is actually a different image altogether. So that actually might make things a little bit easier. So we're going to paste that in there. And we're just going to start from the top and work our way down. So desktop sign up. Pardon me. Okay, so Tailwind has this awesome ability where you can say class equal, we already got the class there. So we're going to say, by default, it starts at the smallest screen, so mobile, and then you can decide to do things at different breakpoints, and I'll show you what that means in a sec. So if we go to, let's say, the medium-sized breakpoint, we can hide this image altogether. So if we refresh this and start expanding it, that image disappears, basically. I'm actually going to hide this. So you can see it's there and disappears up at the top left there. So what we can do is we can also do those on the inverse. So we can say source equals images desktop sign up SVG class equals hidden by default at the mobile breakpoint, and then at medium we're going to show it as a block. So now, with any luck, when I refresh this, when I stretch it out here, it becomes a different picture altogether, which is what you see on this side here. So now, pardon me, what we can do is set up two different divs. And so we've got the header image, it's already in there. So we actually want to do flex, but grow from the right. So we're going to put this whole thing in a div. Okay, and so we're going to say class flex, flex grow. I forget the tailwind convention for this. So we want to go flex direction. That's what we want. Flex row reverse, which is exactly what we're looking for here. So now, if we close this, and we only want these to happen at the medium breakpoint and above, because otherwise it was already right. So let's refresh this. So you can see right now the image is at the top, and we'll change the centering in a minute. But now, instead of going to the left, it's going to end up at the right side of the screen, which is kind of what we're looking for. So now we can go medium breakpoint. We're going to say padding 6. Start with that. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. And then this should almost be done, actually. It's going to be pretty easy to put a background on here and stuff. So we can say MD height screen MD say BG. No, actually, no, we're going to go one level up. Yeah. So what I'm doing here, what I'm thinking about is we're going to have like this background of like the kind of the darker gray, and then we're going to have like this white that's going to have these rounded corners, and it's going to sit on top of it. So we're going to have to do the background first, and then have the white stuff sit on top of that, which is going to be the inner div here. So if we go like this, and we say BJ gray slate, no, I don't like that one either. There's another, I thought there was another gray in the tailwind palette. I'll have to go take a look in a minute. We'll go medium, rounded, LG. Let's just see how that ends up looking. Not great. That's what we're going to say. BG white for this entire div. Okay. Okay, we've got the rounded corners here. We're going to say MDP8. Okay, that's kind of what we're looking for. And let's make these corners a little bit larger. Is there a 2XL? There is. Even more. 4XL? Probably not. No. There's 3XL? No, 2 is the biggest they go. All right, so what do we got? We got that. And we want text. I believe it's text center. No, we do not want text in the center. We want, how do we want to do this? I can never remember the Tailwind code to put stuff in the middle of it. MX Auto, that's what we're looking for. Okay. Apparently not. This one that we want it? Nope. One day I will learn Tailwind better. Today is not going to be that day, apparently, though. Okay, but I think we've got that done. Let's see what the design or the style guide said. So they designed for 375 for mobile. So how does this look on 375? Looks pretty good. Don't really need, oh, I guess we're gonna need that there to do this. So let's move that down. So 375 looks bang on, and then what's the other one? 1440. That's not so bang on. So we want to set a max width here. MD max width of, what was it, 1175? It's going to be the screen. Let me say for the style guide again. 1440. It's going to be, I'm going to say, actually, let's open this. Can we open that? Yes, we can. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a look at the picture itself. Desktop design. JPEG. Am I doing something wrong here? Desktop design.jpg. Oh. Images. There we go. Okay, so we can measure. So we know the whole thing is whole thing is 1440, so 1440 minus 256 times 2. 40 minus 256 minus 256. So the width of this container needs to be 928. So we can just put that in here, 928, and see how it looks. Let's bring that back, do this, go back a couple times, so I don't screw it up. And I mean, that looks pretty darn good. I think the only thing we got to do is fix the inner padding in here, but I think that looks awesome. So that is going to be this div, MDPR4. No. What am I doing wrong here? Oh, right, because we've got that. So we need to go PR. Probably going to mess up a few other things. That's okay. No, we want negative PR4. Why is that not applying? Padding right on 6. Does it it do anything if I add it anywhere? Okay, so I don't know why it wasn't updating quick enough. Let's try that. There we go. Nice amount of spacing there. Maybe a little more because the word updates should be on the next line. So let's say padding rate 16. Yeah. I mean, I think we got it, guys. Oh, and the stay updated text, this should be a lot bigger in here. So let's see. MD text 6XL. Maybe a little smaller. Let's go 5XL. It's kind of in the middle, but I'm okay with that. And now, with this big, we want to change the items to item center because you can see the text is aligned with those check marks, so that's easy enough. We can go items top, MD item center. There we go. So now the text is aligned there. If we shrink the page down, align to the top. And the one last thing I want to do is I want to set an actual height for these images so they don't shrink. Let's say H4, W4. I don't know if that's the right size or not. It's a little smaller. Okay, let's do 6. No. Five. I swear. There we go. All right. So I think with our 2 breakpoints, we've got this pretty damn good. And I'm not going to work on the reactivity today. I think that's kind of out of my wheelhouse right now. Still getting my head wrapped around that in class. So I think we're going to call it for today. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this, how this turned out. Looks like that. Got the, I don't want to say pixel perfect, but pretty damn close to pixel perfect. Maybe we can move this down a little bit. Where is the top div? Let's stay updated. So I'll say MD, MT 8. Move that down a bit. Perfect. So it's in the middle. Yeah, I'm very happy with that. So yeah, thanks everyone for joining me on my second stream ever. I'm going to try and do these maybe once a week or so. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, I appreciate you guys joining me. The comments are awesome. And yeah, see you guys next time. Thanks.